Representative Twin Moore, Arlen Fraser, Bill Donahue, Jim Hightower, Scott Ritter, Matt Rothschild. So quite a day of events out here at FightinBobFest. I'm very pleased to have with me here at the table Cynthia McKinney, Green Party candidate for president, who just got off the stage here at BobFest. And there's also an event in Madison tonight for Cynthia McKinney's candidacy. It's at the High Noon Saloon. It includes guest appearance by musician Close Aerobics. And it starts at 5:30 at the High Noon Saloon right there in downtown Madison. But right here in Sauk County right now, we have Cynthia McKinney with us. Welcome to WRT.
Well, thank you very much.
Very pleased to have you here. So you are running as the Green Party candidate for president, nominated at the convention in June, and traveling the country. Talk for a minute about how the campaign is going so far. What are you seeing as you crisscross America?
Well, basically what I'm seeing is an awful lot of people who are absolutely dissatisfied with the way our country is being run. They are absolutely bewildered at the apparent betrayal of the Democratic Party to the fact that they voted in November of 2006 for peace and are only getting more war. In fact, I spent my entire political career as a Democrat. I was elected to the Georgia House of Representatives. I spent 4 years in the Georgia legislature as a Democrat. I went to the United States Congress from the state of Georgia. I spent 12 years there as a Democrat. But I gave myself a birthday present last year. And that birthday present was a declaration of independence from the national leadership that made both Republicans and Democrats complicit in war crimes, torture, crimes against humanity, and crimes against peace. I noted that the Democrats had failed to provide a livable wage, a single-payer health care system, a Medicare for all type of health care system for our country, that during the time that they were in the majority, they had just assumed the majority in the Congress, they even voted to fund more war to the tune of $720 million a day. And I've got a cousin, and unfortunately, she wanted to go to university, and she had to take out student loans. My 22-year-old cousin, who just graduated from university, is $90,000 in debt. And how can it be that we would have a national leadership that would choose to spend $720 million every day for war, that would give $500 billion every year to the Pentagon, even when the Pentagon says that it's lost $2.3 trillion. We know that it's lost billions even in the prosecution of this so-called war and occupation, and yet they will do nothing to alleviate the indebtedness, not only of students who want to get a higher education, but of average, ordinary working families who are up to their necks in debt. In fact, our entire country is up to its neck in debt. Former Comptroller General David Walker estimates that the United States is $53 trillion in debt. And he wrote that if all of the debts and obligations of our country were called in, that there would be no way that we could pay them. And at the same time that we're having a presidential campaign, what people are talking about is whether or not the woman candidate is wearing cleavage, what kind of pumps the new vice presidential nominee is wearing, what kind of political campaign is being waged with the corporate press and the corporate political parties that doesn't talk about issues. It was Fred Hampton, the late great chapter president of the Chicago Black Panther Party, who said that we're saddled, even back then he talked about, we have been saddled with answers that don't answer, explanations that don't explain, and conclusions that don't conclude. And that's what we're getting from the two political parties today, the two corporate parties today. And the fact that they are not engaging in the conversation that average, ordinary families are engaging in around the dinner table is bolstered by the corporate press. So the corporate press asks silly questions and don't ask real questions, and the corporate political parties oblige them in avoiding discussion of the real issues. That's why I left the Democratic Party. I gave myself a birthday present. I left all of that just as men and women 160 years ago declared their independence from the current political order of their day, when women didn't have the right to vote. And that was a struggle that took 72 years. But they succeeded. Now, in this country, we've got to have an opposition party, because right now it's clear that we don't have an opposition party. Both the Democrats and Republicans are complicit in the crimes that have been committed against the global community and against the American community. The Green Party, with its 200 elected officials around this country, its commitment to the 10 key values, the 4 pillars, including ecological wisdom, social justice, grassroots democracy, the Green Party is perfectly poised to become the opposition party that this country needs. So the subject matter that I was supposed to discuss today is, what do you do when your country has been hijacked? You take your country back.
Yeah.
Woo.
Cynthia McKinney, Green Party candidate for President of the United States, speaking with us here on WORT, the alternative media, and also speaking tonight in Madison at an event at the High Noon Saloon. Doors open at 5:30. Special guest appearance also by musician David Robics. So that's tonight at the High Noon Saloon. Cynthia McKinney, thank you so much for joining us on WORT.
Thank you very much, and I would encourage people who have not yet seen the film American Blackout to check it out, because it chronicles exactly how our 2000 and 2004 presidential elections were stolen. It also has a little bit about the investigation into the theft of the 2000 election that I launched along with Greg Palast, and then what happened to me as I spoke out against the lies of September 11th that the administration was telling us. And I also would encourage people to visit our website, www.runtothearun.org, and see what our campaign is all about. Thank you very much. It's great to be here in Wisconsin.
Cynthia McKinney! Quite a crowd here at FightinBobFest. Just really quick, we also have with us